A little bit tired, but market's gonna open in 30 minutes. Market doesn't wait for anybody. Thinking about my goals, my top 3 priorities for the day, making sure emotionally I'm in the place where I can trade the financial market. Taking a little time to myself this morning for 5 minutes, then I'll head out, get some coffee. All right, good morning. So I'm just waking up now. I'm gonna have a long commute to my office. Gonna get ready to work, make a watch list of stocks I'm gonna trade, but first I need some coffee. Gotta get that caffeine up before we start trading. Trading is a very mental game. You need that caffeine. I know people don't like caffeine, but you gotta get it in.
Wait, I thought that was the coffee maker.
Well, that's the cocktail machine. That's for when you have a great trading day, or sometimes a bad trading day, you can drink your sorrows in there too. But that's for later.
That was a long commute.
I know, right? A long commute, but I'm finally in my office now. A lot of traffic on the way, but we made it into work on time. And now I'm just gonna start making a watch list. So every morning, there's different stocks moving, different stocks you're gonna be trading. So I usually come into my desk 30 minutes before the market opens. I make a list of stocks that I'm gonna be focusing on that day and I'm gonna be looking to trade that day. So let me get to it. Market's about to open in 30 minutes. I'm gonna start making a watch list. All right, so the market's gonna open here any second. I really like the stock Plug. I'm gonna be focusing on that as my favorite off the open. But now, most importantly, all we need is a pattern to get in. We can't trade without a pattern. So hopefully Plug just gives us a good pattern that we can catch a good trade on. All right, so the markets are now open. I just got into this Plug at 34.60. Nice candle. Put in a green candle off the open, so hopefully this trade can keep going for us. So as I was talking about, my favorite today was a stock called Plug, and that's the one we ended up trading today. So I bought the stock at 34.60. I was roughly risking about $1,000. So if the trade didn't work and it came all the way down, I would have lost $1,000. But in this case, the trade ripped, it went in our favor, and we actually ended up making almost 3.7 times our money, which basically means if you're risking $1,000, you should have roughly made about $3,700. As you can see here, that's exactly what I ended up making, about $36.78, which was for a good day's work. So now let me show you what the reasoning behind the trade was, what was the exact pattern that it ended up trading. So as you can see here on the left, this Plug, this was a resistance. The stock tried to get above this $34 and it came all the way down to 29. Went up to $34, came all the way back down to 31 and did that like 3 or 4 times. Today, it finally broke and got above that area, and that's what made me want to trade this stock. So then on the 1-minute chart, what I noticed here, as you can see right off the bat, you had a candle that took the stock back down. Another candle that was at one point a full big red candle came all the way back down, tested that area. So what was once holding it as resistance actually ended up supporting the price now. Price bounces up, you get a bottoming tail, and I simply basically bought the stock right above this bottoming tail, put my stop loss at the low of the day. So had I lost on this trade, I would have lost $1,000. But in this case, as you can see, right after we got in, the trade just ripped in our favor. And then right over here, I decided to take my profit because that was 3.7 times our money. And I think that was a good trade for literally holding it for less than 30 minutes. So I just found a new trade opportunity here in a stock called Greenlane. It's a marijuana company. It's setting up a really good pattern that I love to trade. And I think it's a good trade opportunity here where we can make a few bucks. So I'm gonna take this trade and send it out to our subscribers in our newsletter, and hopefully they can get it as well. So as you can see here, this stock, Greenlane, has been below the moving averages, below the 50 MA and the 21 EMA for a while. Now it's the first time it's getting above those moving averages and also the 200 MA. I think this stock probably goes to $6. So I'm gonna go ahead and send this out to our subscribers here. I'm gonna send out an email and a text message so that they see it regardless of where they're at. So we're gonna buy this stock at 440. Our exit point, if you're wrong, is 410, and if you're right, the target is 625. So gonna go ready to send it out to our members here, text and email. All right, so I just sent this trade alert out to all our subscribers. Hopefully they get it in time so they can jump on this trade with me. So, as a professional trader, there's always good trading days and bad trading days. So today you got an example of a good trading day, but not every day is like this. Some days things are not gonna work. Some days you're gonna take your losses and you have to be okay with that, right? But in this case, the Plug trade worked really, really well. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hop into our chat room where we have a lot of students, a lot of members that trade with me every single day. And every single day I try to give them a review of why I traded what I traded, right? What was the reasoning behind it, so they can actually learn while they're earning inside the chat room. So I'm gonna hop into the chat room. I'm gonna teach some of my traders. Feel free to listen in. You tempted to buy the $155 puts on Nike call options. There's $165 calls that you could sell for 27 cents or 160 to 50. But again, it's not that much of a premium to justify that trade. If I decide I want to place an option on a stock moving up, how do I decide which call to buy? Usually the best rule of thumb is buy 1 to 2 strikes in the money. And if it's a day trade, go for weekly option. If it's a swing trade, go for monthly options. Do you ever buy a stock and then take a put for the same stock? Why would I do that? Because put is betting against the stock, and then buying a stock is betting that it goes higher. Yeah, you're just capping your gains. There's no point in doing that. You might as well take less shares long than try to hedge it with a put. I mean, I know there's a lot of people who like to recommend these strategies with fancy options. I personally think that all these people who do these spreads, these options, these fancy like strategies, they don't know where their stock is going. So they're trying to like do everything with the hopes that they make a little bit, right? But obviously if you know technical analysis, you know where the stock is going, there's no reason to protect. You just take a less amount of shares and have them hit your target, right? Look at the markets today, guys. Like we made money today on a day where look what the markets have done. This is where the markets opened today, right? At 9:30. It's almost 12 o'clock. Look where the markets are at. Hope you guys have an awesome one. Hope you guys made money on the plug today. Type in 1 in the chat if you guys made money on plug. Good. Look at that. Awesome, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one. Take care.
What happened?
The trade we were just recording on that video.
Yeah.
So it's already up $1,500 and we just spoke about it a few minutes ago. This is where we sent it out at $4.40 and boom, it's at $4.70 in no time. Oftentimes when people come into trading, they want to learn trading, they are hesitant, right? They have things that are holding them back, and rightly so. I mean, it's hard-earned money, right? You work for it. They probably had another job and they had to do a lot of things to gain that money to trade in the first place. So it's okay if you're, hesitant, you don't trust it, perfectly fine. But with the right process, it could actually be done. So, oftentimes people would come to me and say, hey, but online it says 80% of the traders lose money, that traders don't make money or trading is gambling. But what they forget is that in that statistic, they have counted pretty much everybody who opens an account and pushes the button as a trader. But that's not what a professional trader is. A professional trader has strategy, very specific criteria, has very specific entry and exit points, and actually has a method to his madness that has been tested over and over. So if you actually do the math and count how many of those traders who've gone through education make money, 80% of the people actually end up making money. All right, so today we're just out here at a dock in New York, checking out some different boats and different yachts. We have an upcoming event, so we're just seeing which of these boats could fit for this event. I think I like this one. So I think this might work for our party that's coming up. So as traders, as I said earlier, work hard, play hard. This is a great way to meet a lot of new people, network with a lot of people, and build some great connections along the way. If you're working at an office, you probably end the workday, go get some drinks with some colleagues. Trading is different, right? Your colleagues are the people in the chat room. Your colleagues are the people part of the newsletter, your same student peers. So to have a social circle as well as have networking events, you got to make it happen. You can't rely on colleagues. There is none. You're by yourself as a trader. You're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur. Beautiful day out here, checking out these different boats, and I think this might be the perfect one for our party coming up. This is probably going to be for our next event, which is going to be much bigger. Let me show you this boat from the inside. It's literally like a freaking nightclub. We got the bar set up right here. I mean, you could probably fit, 200 people here? That's definitely too big for what we're trying to do for the upcoming event, but I think I have a great idea what we can potentially do here for our next event. All we need is a stripper pole. Yeah, it's like a freaking nightclub. Like you got the chairs, you got tables, you got the bar, you got the VIP rope for the table, you got a dance floor. You can get one of those stripper poles that attaches up there.
You got that? You got that?
What do you guys think? I think that one worked out well, right?
Perfect.
Yeah.
I like the vision we got here.
No, definitely.
Pack it out. Have one of the best events this summer.
For sure.
Oh, let's take it for a little ride right now.
All right, let's do it. right, so we just checked out a few boats today. Some of them were a little too big, some of them were a little too small, but I think we found the perfect size. So the big one probably we could use for a bigger party, but this is more of an intimate gathering on a smaller boat. So today you got a little glimpse of how my day went. Now every day is a little bit different. The day started off with me waking up at 9 o'clock, making my watch list. Market opens at 9:30. We took that plug trade, made some money on it, taught some of our students in our chat room, sent out some newsletters, and then as you guys saw, we went out, checked some boats out for our upcoming event, and all this in only a few hours. It's only 3 o'clock. Most people are still stuck at work. Maybe they're taking their little coffee break, a little lunch break, and guess what? There's probably gonna be another 4 hours till they get back home. So trading, if you do it right, can give you that lifestyle. Now you're not gonna get that lifestyle from day one. That's what all the marketers want you to think, right? You're not gonna get that lifestyle from day one, but if you listen, if you pay attention, if you have an open mind, you have the willingness to learn, you too can have this lifestyle. This isn't a pipe dream, right? Ask a kid. I mean, this kid came from India, right? Had no mentors, no real money behind it, but I made it happen. So I'm not saying that again to impress you or anything like that. I'm just saying that it's possible for you as well. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more content like this, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. If you hated the video, let me know what you think. If you loved the video, let me know what you think. Until next time.